Brixton is a multicultural community where as young people we're trying to find out the history of the uprising in the 1980s and 2011 riots.
Is there a formula for disruptive protest? We interviewed members of the community and the media to gain their perspective of the riots.
The riots in the 80s was completely different from the riots of 2011. The riots in 1981 was all about fighting for a cause, which was basically the police had a law called the SUS law, wherein they could arrest anybody at any time without having any reasonable reason to arrest you.
I was sitting here, right here, and I heard the noise. And just as I get up to go there and find out what's going on, the 4 policemen come through. And they never asked me nothing at all. They just started to hit me in my head. The first thing I received is in my head here. And I staggered back here, and they was down on me. And I fell in between the chair and the bar and the telephone table. And all of them was hitting me, they was kicking me.
In the 1981 riot, I was participating, as we do at these times when you're trying to, what could I say, make a stand against the system. So we was out there on the battlefield. I saw people blooded up, bricks lick people in them head, police get them face smash up, broken bones, you know, basically things that happen when people fight. One of my friends got arrested. He was standing outside the cleaners and he was attacked by about 8-9 police and beaten up. There was just 3 of us, so it was hard to fight them. Even though we fought, they still got him and threw him in the back of the van and took him away. In the 80s, yeah, there was loads of injuries. It was lots and lots of fighting. It was like a 3-day, 3-night uprising.
Do we all look like organized people?
Radicalist, racist?
Yeah.
We're not right.
We look organized?
We're not right.
Do we?
Yeah, they might.
No, do we look organized?
Not to me, you don't know.
I should stop calling it a riot because I don't believe on a personal level it was a riot. I believe it was an uprising in 1981. Maybe 2011 was a riot, but 81 was an uprising.
We looked at the riots as a fire to investigate what sparked it, fueled it, and what was the oxygen that keeps it going.
The spark that caused the riots, without doubt, I think was Mark Duggan's shooting. I don't think Mark Duggan's shooting was isolated.
What caused the riots is probably down to what's been going on for years, like police just abusing their power and people just fed up of just the way things are.
In 2011, the riots, in the beginning it was justified, obviously with the death of Mark.
It was like, you know, injustice, like all around the gaff, like on both sides. So, you know, you can't really expect there to be peace. So,
what I would say was the fuel was you've got this huge sense that there is crisis happening, and then you've got the anger. And I think those two almost created a perfect storm. Now, if I'm going to talk about the oxygen, the images that were going around and the headlines that the police can't do anything, the streets have got the power, really led people to go out and see, well, hang on, is this true? Media storms are huge.
I have this very clear message to those people who are responsible for this wrongdoing and criminality. You will feel the full force of the law.
Young people need to rise up and in terms of having a voice, not because the physical thing not gonna work, because you see what happened in the riots. After the riots, all those people that participated, them just use CCTV camera and them still locking up people up to today. You know, like I said, get up, smell the coffee, understand that you're not gonna fight your way to the top physically, but you can fight your way to the top. You know, the pen is more mightier than the sword. because we can out there with the sword and fighting, you know, and the man who is sitting in his office can just write a new law.
We asked if there's any formula of disruptive protest. Based on what we found in the truth, there can be no simple answer.
Your spark may not be my spark. Your fuel may not be my fuel. A stable society needs your views. What are they?